Everyday boldness. Everyday brains. Everyday beauty. Your Everyday Woman Show. Here to entertain and inform. She's Meek Brown.
Women entrepreneurship and women empowerment is what today's show is all about. We hope you enjoy the information that will be presented, as well as we enjoyed filming it. You know, ladies, sometimes your setbacks will always strengthen your comeback. You can't just sit there. You have to move that cheese. So if there's anything that you're trying to do, become a business owner, or if you work for someone and some things that you're trying to tap into, don't just sit there. Get up, write your plan, and try to make something happen. Sometimes we are afraid of enjoying the process. You know, we think that, oh, it's so much paperwork. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I have kids. Well, if you continue to use those excuses, you're going to be doing the same thing that you're doing right now, and probably what you've been doing last year and the year before that. You have to do something. I hope you enjoyed the guests on our panel today. Once again, their information will help you as well as it is helping me. Enjoy the show. Now, I told you guys that this is a show that entertains as well as it informs. I am going to have a wonderful time today on the Meek Brown Show. As you can see, we have shoes, and shoes. How are you today?
I am well. How are you, Meek?
You know, I'm in Playland right now. I'm in Playland right now.
Great.
I'm happy that you're on the show.
I appreciate you.
Tell me about shoes, who you are, how you got started. Tell me everything you want everyone to know about shoes.
So I have known for about a year now that there was something other than work that I was supposed to be doing. Something just kept resonating on the inside. So I prayed about it and didn't quite get an answer. But what I did was stepped out on faith. I'm a shoe lover. I love shoes. I am passionate about shoes. So I just stepped out on faith and said, Lord, I just want you to bless. And he has blessed. Shoes, the name S-H-U-Z-Z, derives from 1 Kings 4, from the Shunammite woman. And if anybody knows that story, the theme of the story is all is well. And so I know that all will be well. Most women think that they are a shoe lover, but let me tell you how I know if you're a real shoe lover.
I'm a shoe lover.
Okay, so let's see. Let's test you. Let's test you, okay?
So don't bust my bubble.
Do you buy shoes without an outfit?
Yes.
Do you buy shoes just because it's a good price?
Yes.
Do you buy shoes and then you buy your outfit to complement the shoe?
Sometimes, yes.
Ding, ding, ding. You are a shoe lover.
I know I am. So let me go ahead. Can I get to take all these? Or?
You do not. But this particular shoe that you are lifting, I would love to bless you with this shoe. This is one of our fall deals. It's a nice booty. It complements every color. You can wear it at any time.
So I get to take this shoe home with me?
You get to take that shoe home with you. You do. It's your color. It is your color. So we know.
My size.
In your size.
You know my size?
I know your size. You're 8.5 depending on the shoe.
Girl,
you're a 9, but you have a narrow foot.
Yes, I do. You are good. Well, let's talk about shoes for a second.
Okay.
So what determines the shoes that you buy, like, as far as the style?
So I have lots of styles, various colors, various sizes. I have an eye for shoes. That shoe has to speak to me. It has to talk to me. If it does not, I'll walk past it.
You walk past it.
I pride myself on getting a one-of-a-kind shoe. I pride myself on you not being able to go online and get a shoe that you've seen.
So this is going to be the Meek Brown Show signature shoe.
That's going to be the signature shoe.
Then I don't want you selling anymore. Okay, this is just going to be the Meek Brown Show.
That's perfect because I only have one to sell and I'm giving it to you. So I don't even have another shoe.
Well, Lord, no, you know what? Lord, okay, so we're getting somewhere now with this Meek Brown Show.
And all is well.
Yes, I like that.
And all is well.
Now, did you let everybody know your first name?
My first name is Avanette Ellison.
Avanette, okay.
I am owner and operator of shoes along with Dawn Calhoun.
And where is your showcase, or do you have a storefront?
So I'm getting a storefront at 1919 Hampton Street, Suite B. Grand opening is on September 18th. Right now, you can reach out to me on social media, and we are on Instagram. I deliver the shoe to you with a rug and a mirror for you to try on the shoe. My shoe boutique is just that. You get the personal service. I am not online where you can order my shoe and get it shipped. I will bring it to you because I want you to be satisfied with the shoe.
So I can be at work and I can order the shoe. And you will bring it to me.
And I will bring it to you with a shag rug and a mirror for you to see how the shoe feels and to know that it's your shoe.
It doesn't get any better than this. But now, ladies, please don't go broke. I don't want your husband or boyfriends calling the Meek Brown show.
Right.
Please don't do that. Just don't do that, okay?
I have daily specials going on. I have some shoes that you can make me an offer on the shoe. I have some shoes that are fall deals. I have end of summer blowouts going on now that I post daily.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
I am having fun. I am. I appreciate the exposure. Thank you so much.
And if you guys didn't know, she's also going to be a vendor in the Meek Brown fashion show also. We're working on that. Now let's talk a little bit about shoes. What are the sizes?
I range from 6 to 12.
Oh, good.
Preferably, I'm thinking about going from 9 and up. What I'm finding is that I'm a size 11, because I'm a shoe lover. I can walk in any shoe and get a shoe and it fits me like a glove because I'm a shoe lover. But there are some 9, 10, 11 larger sizes that aren't quite a shoe lover like me. So they're a little bit more particular about their shoes. So they either want a chunky heel, which is coming out now, or they want a stiletto, or they want a wedge. Some people just like flat. So I have a variety of styles, variety of colors, and the sizes will range from 6 to 12. And I also will be specializing in wides.
That is really good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk about this little dainty, cute little mama right here, because this mama right here can come home with me too.
Let me talk about that shoe.
Tell me about this.
I have actually had that shoe. This was one of my very first shoes that I purchased in May. And
I'm sorry. This is
it's a 7. It's not your size, but it's a one of a kind 7. You won't see that shoe.
No 9s.
No 9s.
Are you going to get a 9?
I can get a 9, especially for you if you'd like.
Okay, well, let's continue then. Go ahead.
And everyone that's a size 7 that has tried that shoe on has fallen in love with the shoe. So my sister and I have no idea why we have not sold the shoe, but this is one of the make us an offer shoe. We've had the shoe for months now. It was a summer sandal, but it now can be a bedroom kitten shoe.
I need this shoe. I need this shoe.
I will certainly get that shoe for you.
I think my toes will look cute in this shoe.
I can certainly.
I have long toes. Well, I have thin feet, very thin, narrow feet. I wish my toes were a little shorter.
So tell me what type of shoe you like.
Well, I like dainty shoes. Okay. I like boots, of course. I'm not really the big block shoe.
What type of heel do you normally like?
I like thin. Okay. Now, I do like wedge heels also. Okay. I do. And then, I like shoes like this, the ones I have on today. So I like a variety now. Okay. I like things like you said that no one else will find. Yes. I like when they'll say, "Oh wow, where'd you get that shoe from?" I'm not telling you. Perfect. I like that. And this is one of those ones I can say, "Girl, I can't tell you where I got."
And we have name brand shoes. Like this is a 9 West. This is a Michael Antonio. That's a Cupid shoe. This is 9 West. We have lots of different variety of brands as well.
I don't think you realize what you've done.
And I will find that shoe for you. I will find that shoe for you in a 9.
I'm in heaven right now. And my son name is Heaven. I'm in heaven right now. Please let everyone know once again your contact information, how they can reach you online also. Okay. And your storefront information again.
I certainly will.
Give it to them.
So I am Avina Ellison, co-owner and operator of Shoes, SHUZZZ, along with Dawn Calhoun. You can reach out to us on social media. You can either reach out to Avinet Talbert or Shoes, SHUZZZ. You can also follow us on Instagram. You can call us at 803-201-9132 or simply send us an email at sistersandshoes@gmail.com.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Shoes. I told you we were going to have fun on the show today. I hope you ladies at home are watching. You have your pen and pencil. We have some more great guests that are about to come on the show. Some great information you need today, but we are also having fun on the Meek Brown Show today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
With you in the future. If I start to, pester you and call you and say, I need this, just say, Meek, don't you have bills to pay?
You will not. You will not pester me at all. I am striving to be a personal stylist, so just tell me what you want and I will find it for you.
Well, do you have your house big enough in case, you know?
Well, I have the shoes of my own that's all around.
Oh, well, that's not going to help either, huh?
We can combine our stuff.
out.
We'll work something out. Of course we will. We'll barter.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
with us. We're back. I'm still excited about the shoes, but we have someone with us right now to talk about a hair product that I think will help a lot of women. And who do we have the pleasure of talking to right now?
Hello, my name is Sandra. I'm the owner of Cora's Healing Rose Products. It was formulated by my mother. Her name was Cora. In 1998, she developed shampoos, conditioners, and detangling creams for her clients who were suffering from itchy scalps, scalp abrasions, scalp infections, dreading of the hair, dryness, flaky
Alopecia.
scalps. Oh yes, definitely. Baldness and alopecia and receding hairlines.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we do know alopecia that's hereditary, but it's also a type of traction alopecia. Is that correct?
It's somewhat. Alopecia is simply the term for hair loss.
Okay.
That's the basic term. Now, it can be dissected into several things, which is genetics and traction, chemical, and even stress.
Okay. Now, traction, for those who don't know the terms,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
from the weaves and the glues. What else?
Okay, so there's three basic things that in your standard cosmetology book, there's three things that keep you from that will have hair loss, and that is if there's the presence of any weight, toxin, or bacteria, the hair making cells will not reproduce. So that means weight, that means weaves, that means braid extensions, that means rubber bands too tight. Toxin, that means chemicals as far as your relaxers, your thigh curls, your color, anything that changes your hair texture or the way that your hair is naturally made is a chemical change. Bacteria, that means hygiene, basically. But you do have good bacteria. They're called non-pathogenic, and they're also pathogenic bacteria. Those are the pathogenic, that's the one I want to get, that's the bug I need to get out of your scalp. And those,
Okay, stop for a second.
Okay.
Now, when you say get the toxins out, but we don't want to get rid of the good stuff too. So is there a number of times we should or should not wash our hair? And are you referring to only African Americans or any race?
Any race. And here's the thing about this, is a fact. Your hair is legally dirty after 4 days. So you need to be washing your hair a lot more than you, especially in the African American community. If I talk to a lot of black women, they don't wash their hair regularly.
And do you know why? Because we hear that, the more your hair is dirty, it grows faster. I mean, I hear those type of myths all the time.
Yeah, definitely a myth.
Okay.
Definitely a myth. Bacteria is your enemy. Dirt is your enemy. It's not your friend. It's never been your friend. And I don't know why that myth is in our community, but it needs to stop because it's causing more harm than good.
Okay.
Especially when we add the weight to it, because bacteria can fester in that. That's almost like a breeding ground. You don't, if you have a weave or wig on for 2-3 weeks, month, some women they come to me and they say, I've had this wig on or this weave in since, for 6 months. That's
6 months?
Yes, ma'am. That's too long. Too long without washing, without manipulating your hair. Your scalp needs to feel like that is there.
Right.
And you're not a mannequin. You can't just put something on your head and forget about it.
Correct.
You got to wash it. You got to maintain it. And so that's what I do. I just educate my clients so that they know how to maintain their hair and use the correct products for their hair.
Okay, now let's get back to, I see you have something nicely packaged. So tell me about some of the products and what are they used for?
Okay, I packaged it derived it into 2 simple forms. If you have chemical damage, you're going to need this kit. Simply because I've got to detox your scalp from any type of toxins and bacteria. You're going to have to take care of the weight, though. You're going to have to get away from the braid extensions, the weaves, and the wigs just for a little bit for me so we can treat your hair. And so really I've got a nice 16-ounce shampoo that's going to detoxify your scalp. I've also got a hydrating conditioning oil, and I've also got a leave-in conditioning. And those two are going to combine together to hydrate your hair. get it to the place where it's flexible and moisturize the inner cortex of your hair. That's where the dryness and the manipulation is not getting to. Also, we have a heat cap.
Okay.
And I've got a scrub brush. And when you shampoo your hair, I want you to use the scrub brush because that's manipulating whatever.
Stimulating.
Yes, definitely. Stimulating the scalp and manipulating your scalp so that we can get those toxins and the bacteria out of your scalp. This heat cap you're going to place onto your hair as well as the...
Now, what is the heat cap for? That's to help with the stimulation?
That's to help with 2 and 3.
Okay.
The hydrating and the leave-in conditioner. Once you saturate your hair with that, you're going to place that on your head. Place this red cap on your head and wait for about 15-20 minutes. Rinse it out. And then you have your daily applicants.
Maintenance.
Okay. Which is a moisturizer and your hair stimulant.
And for African Americans, we have to have moisture.
Yes.
Because a lot of people say, well, I don't like oily hair. I don't like, grease, or I don't like certain oils. But for most of us, our hair is dry. So it definitely needs hydration.
Yes, definitely. You definitely need to moisturize your hair. It's just a fact of life. You're African American. You have any type of African American descent in your blood. You need to moisturize your hair, period. There's no question about it because it gets brittle. Dryness breaks the hair. It's like straw. It's going to pop like straw. So you definitely need to moisturize your hair. A good moisturizer is a thick moisturizer. Look on the back of your moisturizers at the store. If it has alcohol in it, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Because it's going to dry out your hair.
And a lot of products have alcohol in
Yes,
them.
they do because they lie to people and they tell them that it's a preservative. It's not a preservative.
Okay.
You've seen an alcoholic before? What is an alcoholic always? Thirsty.
That's right.
It's going to
And now
dry
what
your
about
hair out.
sulfate? A lot of women have a thing about, you shouldn't use sulfate products.
Sulfate,
like in a lot of organic, they
the
sulfate-free.
sulfate, I know a lot of people talk about sulfate when it comes to their shampoo. And so to me, shampoo is shampoo. I don't really like to get into the particulars of sulfate and so on and so forth because it helps with the cleansing of your hair.
Okay.
It's not going to, if you have a problem with it stripping it too much, that's why we apply moisture. You see what I'm saying? That's why we condition our hair. So our hair isn't stripped so much, especially when you have relaxer, any type of chemical that's already been applied because it's already dried out. So you're like, oh my goodness, the shampoo's too harsh. No, you just need to apply moisture because your inner cortex is actually hollow.
Okay, so and now we should wash our hair every 4 days at least.
No, I would say wash your hair at least once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
If you can. Now,
and stay away from heat. A lot of
you don't have to stay away from heat. Here's the thing. Moisture really combats it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just a clean scalp. Your hair's going to grow into a clean scalp. So if you can clean it, it doesn't matter what you use. Just clean it. You don't be so particular about the sulfate and get into all of those, vernaculars. But definitely clean the scalp and then use a moisturizer. You can either use oil or you can use a thick moisturizer.
Now, those who are suffering from the traction, or shall I say the alopecia, is it possible that their hair can grow back? Like those who've lost edges or those who have baldness in the top of their hair from glues, from weaves being too tight, can their hair grow back?
Yes, it can. And
or shall I say, how do you know if there's root damage, or I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but
yes, ma'am.
How do you know if it can grow back or if it won't grow back? What's the difference?
Well, what I would tell you is any product that you use, you should be able to tell if it's going to do something for your hair within 7 days. 7 days. And that's what I tell people.
Not 30 days, but 7.
No, not 30 days. 7 days. There should be a difference. You put something on your head, you should notice a change. You know what I'm saying? You put something on just like you put something on your body, you notice the change. And so the follicle therapy cream actually treats the follicle. And so it actually goes down into the scalp and repairs the follicle if the follicle is still alive. Again, my products cater to traction damage and chemical damage. If it's a genetic issue, then the follicle is already dead, and therefore there is no resurrection for that.
And there's nothing that can be done about that. Even
a dead follicle,
the keratin products and the different what is that? The one that made for men.
Oh, Rogaine and stuff like that.
Yes, if it's dead, that can't.
No, if it's dead, if the follicle's dead, it doesn't come back. A lot of those men, they seek out other things like hair plugs and stuff like that.
But women need to know if they have a condition or have alopecia, don't get depressed. It's a possibility it can grow back.
Oh yes, definitely. And my clients come from the dermatologist to me, and they say, you know, they get cortisone shots, which is nothing but steroids, cortisone shots in their scalp. They get discoloration. They get very defeated because some doctors, they don't know that it's not what they think it is. It's simply just, it needs to be detoxed. It needs to be repaired. And they may not have the products to repair it.
Absolutely. They may not know what product to purchase. Okay, but once again, now how would they know if it will not grow back?
You can only try. You have to try.
Okay.
And like a lot of people come to me and they say, you know, you're my last resort. You know what I'm saying? You're my last. Like, if this don't work, I'm not doing nothing else. That's what they tell me. You know, all I can do is tell you what they tell me. And so, sure enough, they call me and they're like, I am so thankful that I met you, that I found you, because it worked.
Now, what about people who use, you know, the different hair vitamins and what is the main one people are using now?
I know biotin. I've heard biotin a lot.
Biotin, Hair Infinity, different things like that. What's your take on those?
Well, all I can tell you is about my clients, and they have said that it helps a little bit, but it seems to grow in kind of thin. Now, you got to remember your hair is made from your blood. So I'm not sure what's going on with the pills, but apparently it's like an overproduction of cells, and so the hair is growing too fast, and the body's not making it strong. It's put it out, but it's not making it strong.
Okay. Okay. And I've heard even after taking certain pills, it may grow, but there's a lot of shedding, you know.
Yeah.
But okay, how can our audience get in touch with you?
Okay, you can get in touch with me online, www.chorushealingroseofficial.com. I'm also on Facebook at Chorus Healing Rose Products, Instagram, Chorus Healing Rose. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, you can also email me as well, chorushealingrose@yahoo.com. I can take any questions that you have, any concerns that you have. I counsel people all the time. Or you can give me a call, 843-302-9262. My name is Sandra, and I'll answer the phone. That sure will.
And I want people to know that this beautiful lady, I felt her afro. It is soft. It's beautiful. It's you know, you've been letting this grow for how long? And I know we spoke, but she's done a lot to her hair.
Yeah, I've messed my hair up. Trust me. I have messed it up plenty of times. I've had a relaxer. I've had Jerry curls. I grew my fro out, like this huge fro, bleached it, fried it, fell out. You know,
there's hope, guys.
There's hope. There's hope. There's hope. There's hope. You can. It doesn't matter if you know you think that you've messed your hair up. I'm telling you, I've been using these products since 2007. Okay. You know, and so it has just been a blessing. I'm so glad that my mother gifted me with this.
You actually make this from your own home now. You literally.
Oh yeah, we manufacture it. We manufacture it ourselves. I don't order my products from nowhere. I don't do that because I don't know what those people are putting in there.
Absolutely.
You know, and the same people that are selling the products on the market could be, you know, just say, oh yeah, put your name on it and sell it. It doesn't even matter. And so I don't trust that. I want to, you know, my mother taught me how to make these products, and it was her gift to me, and it's my gift to you.
I told y'all, this is the show that entertains as well as it informs. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Well, thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again. Also, we would definitely keep in touch. If you did not get all of her contact information, you can reach me at The Meek Brown Show, and I'll be more than happy to forward that information to you. Once again, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. I can't iterate enough that this show, The Meek Brown Show, is also to uplift women. It is a show that entertains as well as it informs. We talk a lot about women entrepreneurship and women freedom, women businesses, women empowerment. And we have a young lady here with us today who also think that financial freedom is very important when it comes to women. Now, is it important to everyone? Absolutely. But we're stressing women because of the ups and downs that women go through. Absolutely. And it's nothing like being free from debt, having a great credit score, learning how to invest wisely. You can carry around a Louis Vuitton purse and don't have a dime to put in it. So we kind of have to get ahead of the game a little bit. It's okay that we love fashion. We all do. I'm one of them. But we kind of have to start thinking a little differently. And that's why I have you on my show today. Tell me about the book.
Okay.
I think a lot of women should get this book to read the book. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Tawana Bonaparte, and I am the owner of Six C's Financial, And this right here is my first book that I published, The Roadmap to Financial Freedom. And the reason why I chose to write this book is because of the African American community. A lot of people don't like to talk about their money. They don't like to talk about budgets. They just want to live paycheck to paycheck and spend their money freely how they want to. And I think that if I could get a hold to my community, my hometown, Orangeburg being first, and share some of my knowledge and experiences with them, I think that we could change the world a little bit.
I think so too. And I think sometimes when we are wanting to start businesses, our downfall is either we don't have a savings or we didn't prepare for what we want to do. And sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do. But there are times that if we do things we don't want to do back here, we can start doing things we like to do up here.
Absolutely.
So what is the golden nugget type of life?
The golden
I think
nugget?
I need to be living the
it's a golden nugget in each chapter, and
Okay.
it's basically me giving you some helpful hints at the end of each chapter on how to save, how to budget, how to cut back on your spending.
Okay.
For women, shoes, night out on the town with your friends, or
You have to know when to say no.
absolutely. So your friends going out partying, you at home saving your money and creating wealth, investing in stock or creating your own business.
Absolutely.
And my main focus is on the younger generation because a lot of them are not taught that at home. So if you teach the ones in the kindergarten age level up to high school, I think we can reach a little bit more, and they won't have bad credit when they get older. They won't have to worry about
Break that curse.
Absolutely. Stop it. My goal is to try to stop it when they're young.
Correct.
And you can instill it in them at a young age because that's when I learned about it. So from my younger days up into my adulthood, my dad taught me about how to save money. And I gave some examples and talk about it in the book. So it's an interesting read.
Now, a lot of women ask the question, well, if I'm not making any money or if I'm living paycheck to paycheck and I have all these bills, how can I make a budget? And I'm sure you get that all the time.
Absolutely. Multiple streams of income. If you make $100 a week, you can still put aside $5 because you're going to take that money and eat out. Go buy something that you don't need, maybe cigarettes or alcohol or whatever, something that is not a necessity. But as long as your home front is taken care of, I feel that if you make a small salary that you can still save.
Okay. Building your credit. That's where it hit us the most.
Ooh, we have so many.
You know, people with not great credit, I don't like to say bad credit.
Right.
But those who
I say challenged.
Challenged, I like that. Crippling, challenged credit, America loves them.
Absolutely.
They get rich off of
Absolutely.
the challenged.
Yeah, because you can go buy a car, get a car loan, and the interest rate is sky high, and being that you know that you need one so bad, you'll go ahead and settle. Tax time, everybody run out and get cars. Nobody thinks about saving that money, fixing your credit, fixing your household budget, or getting ahead in the game.
Correct.
They rather live in the moment. That money's not going to last all year.
Right. And then within about a month, they're broke again.
And the car's gone back, so.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. Money management. Again, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you have kids, how do you properly manage your money? Because remember, these people were not educated.
Right.
No one educated them.
Absolutely.
How do they teach themselves about money management?
They have to cut back and have to change their mindset. First and foremost, change their mindset. And they're going to have to want to do that. So if they want to do it, they can take that cable off their plate. They can take eating out, buying your kids a pair of Jordans. Like the stuff that is unnecessary, cut back on it. Cut it out of your life. Remove the cable. Remove the cell phone.
Correct.
Make
Watch the local news and then go to bed.
And that's what they need to watch anyway.
And go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really good. Business ownership.
Okay, business ownership. I'm a small business owner of Six Seeds Financial.
Okay.
And I have come across a lot of business owners in my lifetime at the salon. I've been a salon owner for a long time in Atlanta and in Charlotte as well. I reach out to those type of people because they don't have budgets in place.
Okay.
And they're struggling in their businesses. So
they might as well would have been or should have been working for
renting a booth.
Absolutely.
Instead of the overhead or whatever. So
Correct.
I have a lot of seminars with business owners as well to teach them how to budget properly. and keep their finances in
Now,
order.
some of those who are ownerships, do they have the big head or do they actually listen? Because they can keep making the same mistakes as a business owner too, instead of getting the good feedback and knowledge to increase their sales or increase where they're at.
Absolutely. Some of them listen on the third go around. In the beginning, they don't want to change because they're used to a certain lifestyle that they have to uphold in front of the community and their friends and family. But after the third time around, when you hitting that red line consecutively month after month, then they'll be like, okay, Tawana, I need help. Can you help me get on a budget? Right. So then we'll put a budget in place, and it'll last for about 6 months. After that, they want to, live that lifestyle again.
Okay, the naked truth about finances. Now, I'm reading some of these titles because, as you see, this book is not big at all. And before the show, I was saying, well, shouldn't this be a little bigger? But like you said, you have everything in a nutshell. Absolutely. Because remember, some things in small packages are some of the best things.
Absolutely, and that's one of them.
And well, I'm taking this home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, good. A lot of people don't like to talk about finances, whether it's, with themselves, a counselor, consultant, in relationships, because we know relationships, some of the key factors to a bad, or I don't want to say bad relationship, to a relationship that goes left is finances.
Right.
How do we get across that and say, hey, it's okay. This is where I am. This is what I dealt with.
Right.
How can we make it happen together?
What I do, and that's a very great topic. That's one of my favorite chapters, the naked truth about your finances. Because what you're doing is you're stripping yourself and you're sitting here looking at your finances right in your face. You can't run from it. You can't hide.
No.
So what you got to do is face it. You have more going out than you have coming in. So you got to balance it out. So what we do is we sit down, have a consultation, put a budget in place and say, this is what you got to eliminate. This is what you can't do anymore. And a lot of people don't want to agree to it, but they know they
don't want to face the music.
Absolutely. So that's the naked truth that is just sitting right here in front of your face. And these are the things you got to take into consideration before moving forward, to keep your household in order. Who wants their lights turned off?
Absolutely. And it happens pretty often.
A lot.
Sadly,
and no food in the refrigerator. I mean, I have friends.
But if you go in their closet,
Louis Vuitton,
must
Gucci,
be nice, huh?
Jordan,
Prada.
Absolutely. Every name brand. And I talk a lot about creating your own business.
Okay.
Mostly the youth, because they are the ones who's standing in line the most.
Absolutely.
Getting the Jordans. Create your own brand. Let Michael Jordan come stand in your line and buy a pair of shoes from you. So my goal is to try to reach out to them so they can know that, if you sit here and support him, get your own business, whether it's sneakers or whatever, record label.
Stop buying so much and you start selling.
Because we're consumers. We consume everything and not, putting back anything out in the, to get money back off of. So.
Correct. Now, for credibility purposes, and I'm saying that to say, you wrote this book when? When did you write this book?
September of last year, 2016.
Now, had you gone through mishaps, downfalls, pitfalls, and you brung your way out of them?
Throughout the whole time I was writing that book, I was not in a good space. I was transitioning from a full-time job to no job and unemployment because the school closed down. Okay. So during this time, I had this baby inside of me that needed to be birthed with no money. Believe it or not, my editor...
I'm sorry, I have to cut you off. You said with no money.
No money.
But without money, maybe a little bit of depression or a little bit of sadness, it made you sit down and write.
Right. It was therapeutic.
And your writing turned into an award for you.
Absolutely.
So people don't realize, writing in a journal or just putting your thoughts on paper, if you can vision it, but you never write anything down, you're just going to keep dreaming.
Absolutely.
But when you write it down, something is going to move.
Absolutely.
And you wrote, this book was published when?
November 2016.
16, and you've sold how many copies?
3,000 copies.
3,000 copies. That's the point I was getting at.
Absolutely.
So, when you know, and when you've actually gone through the struggle and you can actually tell people, hey, don't do it this way. I've been there. I can save you some time.
Absolutely.
You got to listen. There's so many things that I'm going to start talking about on the show that I can say, been there, done that.
Absolutely.
you know, it's coming. It's in here. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it out in a etiquette type way. But if you can help somebody else, that's what we're here to do.
Absolutely.
I don't know you that well, but I'm very proud of you because, like you said, your struggle, your setback has strengthened your comeback.
And absolutely, one more thing I want to point out, just like I talk about in this book, I've been through everything everybody else has gone through, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I came out of it. So that's why I'm like, it's okay for you to not have good credit or have a large bank account or have money to invest in. You can overcome that.
You just got to do something about it.
Absolutely. You can't sit idle and think about it. Change your mindset.
Right. You got to move that cheese.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy to have had you on the show today, too.
Glad to be here.
I feel like I'm getting people businesses out in our community, and the type of businesses I am constantly talking about is businesses that can help those who are in need and just don't know who to turn to.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you have consultation fees or anything like that, but how can someone get in touch with you, whether it's to purchase your book, to consult with you? Please give them your information.
The Roadmap to Financial Freedom can be ordered online with Amazon. Barnes & Noble ebook version, www.sixseedsfinancial.com on my personal website, or you can go to paypal.me and Tawana Bonaparte, and the cost of the book is $19.95. It comes with a green little wristband,
that's mine, right?
That's yours, and it also comes with a bookmark. Absolutely. And I can be reached on Facebook, Tawana Bonaparte Author, and Instagram, Tawana B Author.
Thank you so much, and I want you to know that this is a blessing for me too.
You can have both of them.
Okay, thank you. These are a blessing for me, and if someone would like to follow us on this show tomorrow night and answer a question that I may have, I may give one of these books away. Okay, so we'll decide what question, okay? It's nothing like supporting each other.
Absolutely.
Guys, you have to support our businesses, our authors, our hair clients, our shoe clients. It takes a village. It takes a village, okay? Again, if you did not get all of her information, please reach me at the Meek Brown Show, and I will be more than happy to forward the information to you. We hope you enjoyed the Meek Brown Show today. Again, a show that entertains as well as it informs. I've brought you some special guests today, as I always do, that are intriguing, that are informative, and information that we all can benefit from at some point in our lives. There's no embarrassing situations. We all have downfalls. The only thing that I suggest is that we can't just sit there. We have to come back from them. And as long as you come back from them, then that's fine. It's okay. So things that I'm trying to talk about, whether financing, whether you've had bad credit, that's fine. Your hair is not the way you want it to be. You're not in position to maybe start your own shoe boutique. The thing is, do something. If you have a passion, you're never going to know what your purpose is until you dig deep down and find out. And once you find out what that is, you will end up doing something that you really, really like and possibly can get, rewarded for it. Okay? If you want to be featured on the Meek Brown Show, please email us at meekbrown@themeekbrownshow.info. You may also call area code 404-667-5073. We look forward to hearing from you. Same place, same time. Until then, have a sweet, meek week.